Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our English Cultural Podcast. Today we have some guests from different countries around the world. They will share and talk about their celebrations as a cultural way of knowledge and enrichment or learning. As we know, these celebrations have many educational things to learn, and this is the best manner to do it. Okay, let's welcome our guests. From Portugal, Lisboa, we have an expert of international celebrations, Laen Davila. From Korea, Seoul, we have an expert of history and cultural customs, Davinia Reyes. I hope you love this cultural podcast as our English project. Before we start with our cultural podcast, the interviewer will introduce their own country international traditions. Let's begin with Portugal.
Yes, thank you for inviting me at the podcast. Pleasure. Well, the Dia de São Martinho festival or carnival is the event more important in Portugal. The Dia de São Martinho this one day on the dancing and processing this viewing in the street.
Thank you. Thank you for mentioning these traditions of Portugal. Fado, with its emotional and deep character, it's really a fundamental part of Portuguese culture. Additionally, festivals such as Carnival and Festa de São appear to be vibrant events that reflect the joy and community spirit of the country. I find it interesting how these traditions not only enrich local culture, but can also attract visitors. Do you know if there are recent initiatives to promote these events outside of Portugal?
Yes, Portugal is promoting this tradition outside of the country. The Fado is the event very important in the cultural of Portugal. The event of Fado is the event most emotional of the year in Portugal.
That's very interesting. It's great to know that Portugal is making a conscious effort to share its traditions abroad. I imagine this should help attract more interest and visitors. Do you know if there are any recent events or collaborations that have had a notable impact?
Yes, recently one of the most notable events in Portugal. This is
Thank you. Thank you for sharing these details about traditions and events in Portugal. Your response has been very informative and complete. We appreciate your time and effort in providing such a clear insight into the culture of this country. This helped us better understand the context and the themes that mark the culture of your country. Thank you so much. It is an honor to introduce our next guest, Davinia Reyes, bringing with her valuable perspective on her country's culture. We look forward to hearing the ideas and knowledge Davinia has to share. So without further ado, we welcome Davinia Reyes with warm applause.
Hi, thank you. I the very opportunity this podcast. Seoul in the South Korea in the culture of the New Year lunar of the family in South Korea.
It's really interesting to see how Seoul highlights unique aspects of Korean culture, contrasting it with other global holidays that may have these different focus and traditions. The way Seoul combines respect, traditions, and family celebration provides a rich and diverse perspective on Korean culture. What can you tell me about the history of South Korea? Before concluding, I want to express my sincere gratitude to our guests for sharing their valuable knowledge and perspective with us. It has been a true pleasure to listen to your experience and learn from your expertise on the traditions, history, and culture about your country. Your participation has greatly enriched our conversation. Also, we thank our audience for their interest and for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the talk as much as we did. Until next time, and have a great day.